Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jim Webb, the head football coach at Petoskey. How's it going?
Good, Casey. Appreciate your time here.
All right. So going into this, obviously a pretty good summer for you guys. Let's start off with how it's been going. Got the chance to have some practices in. I'm not sure if you took advantage of all of them the MHSAA gave you guys, but overall, how did the summer go?
Actually, we had a great turnout, and we have had the last couple of years, but we had a great turnout and some great leadership. And I think that's some of the things you're looking for in the summer is just to kind of see how the team's going to develop as far as with the culture and the leadership and that type of thing, as much as the X's and O's. But coming in a couple of years ago, being new and bringing in a new system, we can see, each summer that we're ahead of where we were the year before, which is really what you're hoping for. So it was a good summer in that regard. We had good numbers and good leadership, and we're further ahead than we ever have been coming out of summer.
Yeah. Um, okay, so I'll ask this. Just kind of talk about, this group as well as just talk about all the returners and all the numbers to watch for your team this year. Let's start with the offense, then go with the defense, and then we'll go to special teams.
All right. Well, first of all, we got 27 seniors on our squad this year, so I can't talk about all of them, but it's the most I've ever had in my coaching career, and so it's kind of unique in that regard. Many of them are very good athletes. Many of them have quite a bit of playing time under their belt, so from that aspect, we're pretty happy with it. Offensively, probably the player that's got the most recognition would be our wide receiver, Seth Merrick. He last year, he actually the guys I'll talk about first are guys that are all this will be their third year starting for us. Seth, by the end of last year, rewrote every passing record, receiving record that we had in Petoskey. And granted, Petoskey was a double wing and they didn't have a lot of passing, but this goes back in 100 and plus years of tradition here of football. And Seth broke every receiving record last year from single game to single season to career. So, he's just going to add on to all that now coming into this year. And big, strong kid, great hands, just a good physical kid. And so we're pretty excited to have him back. And obviously that makes sense, I hope, with that being said. Corbin Solitis is going to take over as our quarterback this year. Our quarterback from last year graduated, Joe. And Corbin's going to come in. He's been starting DN for us for 2 years. He's another one that has been going to be a 3-year starter for us. So he was a backup quarterback, and now he's stepping in at quarterback. Gives us a little different dimension. Obviously, being a DN, he's a big physical kid, and now he's going to be quarterback. So, I think it's going to affect our run game a little bit, which hopefully will keep that passing game open for Seth and the other receivers. But again, both these guys have been all conference, all area, all region. Seth was all state. So, they've got some recognition coming into their senior year. Hayden James is another one that's going to be in our backfield this year. The last 2 years, he's been a starting free safety for us. And again, he had all that same recognition with all area, all region, all conference, and all state. But he's going to see more action as a running back this year than he has the last couple of years. And he's just a solid all-around player. He had like 6 interceptions on defense. I know I'm supposed to be talking offense, but he is going to be integral on offense this year as well. We had a backup receiver. Backup receiver came in for an injured senior last year, and he actually would have been a record holder for season receptions if Seth hadn't broke it. So he would have broke the old record that there used to be. So we're pretty excited. It's kind of a good, nice 1-2 punch there. Running back Trevor Swiss is a senior. He came back. He was a starter last year, just a tough kid. He's not necessarily going to be that kid that's going to break a 40, 50-yard run on you, but he's going to give every ounce of energy he has and every pound he has to get yardage for you. And so he's going to be pretty important with it. Offensive line, we were young last year. We only had one senior, and basically, so all the other ones are back with us. So we're hoping that, we've already seen some indicators where that's going to be a huge plus for us. So we are going to be a little more physical up front and hopefully able to run the football a little more. Rowan Dome, Logan Kuchar, Austin Klingelsmith, these guys were all basically on our line for us last year and will be starting for us again this year, which is a big plus. Eli Peathers had significant time offensively at tight end, but he started on defense, and this year he'll keep those same two positions, and he's really had a nice summer. He's developed well, and he can block, he can run, he can catch. So we're pretty excited about that as well.
Yeah. Defensively, where are you guys at right now?
Again, going through that list, Logan LaHaye is a returning captain and another one that had all the recognition with it. And he's going to be a 3-year starter at our middle linebacker, and he just reads well. He's physical. He's one of those guys that basically our defensive coach, he laughs, he says that he could probably go out and call the game. And that's what you look for out of 3-year starters is you hope by the time they're a senior that they know what you're trying to do inside and out and provide you with great information and great leadership. And Logan does that for us. And as I just mentioned, Corbin Slitus was a DN. He's going to be starting there. Eli Peathers is a DN. He'll be starting there. We have Hayden James, who's in running back. He's going to be starting at free safety. Mason Fralick. Senior started for us last year as a corner, had a really great season last year. He's gotten faster over the year and stronger, and so that's a plus. Drew Olson's another one. He was our other corner, and he had a good year last year, and he's coming back. So we're pretty happy on both sides of the ball. We got a lot of returning talent coming back. So
Yeah, it should be exciting there.
yeah.
Go to special teams.
Special teams, Seth, our receiver, actually was our punter last year. He averaged a little over 37 yards, and he's got a really lively leg and stuff like that. Our kicker, we're going to use a soccer player this year. And so that's TBD to see how it's going to go. But we got a soccer player coming in, going to kick for us. The kicker we had last year was a senior, and he graduated. So it's a work in progress there.
All right. Let's go. Okay, so we've gotten a chance to talk about all the kids. Now let's go to the schedule, and it's a pretty good one. Of course, August 30th, starting off at home against Greenville. September 6th, home against Bay City Western. September 13th at Escanaba. September 20th, home against Gaylord. September 27th at Alpena. October 4th at Cadillac. October 11th, home against Marquette. October 18th, home against Sault Ste. Marie. And finishing out the regular season, October 25th at Clare. All right. So pretty good schedule for you guys. The conference conference is going to be there. The Big North always provides that. Of course, obviously the run that Gaylord had last year. But this is a pretty good team. But overall, what do you think? What do you think the league's going to look like?
Well, Marquette's got a pretty good group coming back as well. Pretty good class of seniors coming back. Some talented players there. They got a D1 lineman. I think that's gonna. I'm not sure exactly where he'll end up, but he's a really solid. His brother got a scholarship last year, and this kid's every bit as good, if not better. So he's going to end up somewhere. But they got quite a few seniors coming back, some skilled players and stuff, and going into the season, with just looking at returning players and whatnot, it's probably going to be between them and us, I would hope. If not, I'll be disappointed, but it's probably going to be between them and us. Cadillac, they've been up at the top for several years. You never count them out. And obviously, Gaylord's kind of an unknown with the players that they graduated last year to see, where they're going to end and how the kids will step up into those open positions and stuff. But obviously they've got some success behind them now too.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked earlier on in the season about the summer. I know that early in the episode, I should say, about the summer that you guys have had, but what are the next few weeks really going to look like? And how are you kind of approaching this week? There's really not a lot going on. It's kind of like the modified dead period. I mean, obviously kids can still lift weights, condition, but obviously no football activities until it's the August 12th. But how are you what have you told the kids this week? Just what you feel like you guys got to do, before you start?
Well, you kind of touch base on it. We got opportunity for them to get in the weight room and continue that through the week and work a little bit on speed stuff. And then, they're able to get together on their own and throw the ball around a little bit and that type of thing. So, we encourage that. Obviously, we can't be in attendance, but, with our leadership there, with our seniors and stuff, they're capable of doing that on their own. But for the most part, it's kind of this is a time to take a deep breath and get yourself mentally ready to start because once we hit August 12th, things are rolling and it's focused from there on out. And I just, this is a chance for the leadership to step up a little bit in those first couple of weeks until you get fully padded out. There's always question marks, but then, you're just looking for the little things. You're looking at, who's giving the effort, who's got good leadership, who's positive, and who's really focused in trying to get better every day. And that's what we're shooting for.
Okay. All right. Well, Jim, thank you so much for the
Yeah.
time as always, and best of luck to you guys this coming season.
Thanks, Casey. Appreciate the time to talk about our great kids. So.